What is up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Mike spelled backwards. I'm Mike. And today I'm going to be showing you how to do a couple things on how to maximize your profit when you're selling a car on Craigslist. We're going to turn this into this. And we're going to turn this into this. And this into this. I've been reselling cars on Craigslist now. It's been a hobby of mine ever since I've been about 17. And a couple things that I've noticed when reselling cars on Craigslist is what people look for. Well, first off, they look to make sure that the car is running right. So this car runs fine, the AC works, no check engine lights, the tires are decent. So it's got the bare bones of a good running car. This is a 2000 Mazda Protege, and the previous owner, I guess, just didn't take care of the paint or the outside, but other than that, it's a good running car. It's actually running right now. Some things we're gonna do to it: we're gonna repair the clear coat damages, clean the car up a lot, like clean it up. We're gonna replace the hubcaps. We're just gonna make it look very much more presentable to a buyer. Like, for instance, they just got these busted rain guards on here. We're gonna take those off, clean the car up. For the most part, some of this paint looks like you can save it just by, wet sanding and buffing a little bit. But on areas like where the surface rust and the clear coat is gone, we're gonna sand that down and repaint some areas with some regular aerosol spray cans, and I'm going to show you how to do all that. Most of the stuff I'm going to have separate videos for, so pretty much this is just going to be an explanation of what I did to make it look the way it is, to maximize the profit on your car. So I have a list. We're going to buff the headlights, we're going to fix the clear coat, we're going to do a deep clean, we're going to fix the rust, we're going to replace the hubcaps. The steering wheel's kind of rotted out a little bit. Typical sun rust. We live in Virginia, it gets really hot. So I bought a car cover for the steering wheel. Got some new floor mats, some of the ones you can cut for adjusted. We're going to clean some stains off the seat, clean the interior up really nice, and just make it more presentable. That's the whole goal here. Make the car more presentable for a buyer. Now, obviously, some things, if the car isn't running right, and you don't have good bones, like something's just, throwing a check engine light, something wrong with the car, you'd want to start with that stuff first. But this is just a car that runs good, AC works good. It just needs to be cleaned up. It just needs some love. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so these are some things I got from a couple different stores, mainly Walmart. Got some new windshield wipers, because those ones on the Mazda were completely toast. Some all-season mats. You can actually cut these to fit. A sponge, some sandpaper, some clear coat, some engine degreaser, new hubcaps, and a wheel cover. Some things I would do, just make sure, say if your interior is gray, you get gray mats. If it's black, get black mats. In this case, the Mazda's interior is like a brown color, so just get the brown stuff to match, or tan, whatever you want to call it. So first thing is we're going to wash the car. Obviously we're going to wash the car. We're going to clean the engine bay. We're going to put the new wheel covers on, the new steering wheel cover. We're going to put the floor mats in. But first thing is just washing the car. So we're going to do that first. Okay, so now the car's washed. Doesn't really look like it, but it's definitely much better already. Definitely tell the doors are much cleaner. What I'm gonna do next is address this clear coat. So this is the clear coat, and that's the base coat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that rest of that clear coat off. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're trying to get as much as that failed clear coat off. I'm just using some soapy water and a little bit of Purple Power, just a little bit. This little, it's like not like a Brillo pad, but like a scuff pad. I'm gonna get most of that failed clear coat off of there. And I'm gonna get all of it off. I'm just gonna get the parts that are peeling up. Like you can see, like there's a piece right there. And the whole point of this is so I can just re-clear coat the hood with some aerosol spray. So we can make the hood look glossy again. So it'll look like that, not like that. That makes sense. So I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna get to clear coating. Okay, I'm back on the hood. Ended up just scuffing this clear as much as possible. I didn't want to burn through the paint that's already there. So all I did was just scuff it up, cleaned it with alcohol, and used a little bit of this clear coat right here. It's actually pretty good stuff. As you can see, it did a really good job. Just kind of make it look so it's not so dull. I mean, it looks way better than it was. Like, way better. And yeah, you can still see these. I could have spent more time on it, but again, the whole point is just make it look a little bit better. A little bit better. And, you know, for just canned clear coat, that's not bad. Already changed the hubcaps out. Now I'm working on this rust spot. So all I'm doing right now on this is just sanding out all the surface rust with some 80 grit sandpaper on a cheap little sander. And I will spot paint that with just some Duplicolor Perfect Match. They didn't have exactly what I needed, but this one looked pretty freaking close, if you ask me. So 80 grit sandpaper on the area, got all the rust out. Now I'm gonna hit it with 320 and then 400 and then paint it. So we'll be back. So here's the area all primed up. I mean, looks way better than a giant rust spot already. I mean, it's just a beater car. I didn't really take the time to mask off everything, just like the trim. And this is a little bit of overspray, but it comes right off. Just hit that with like some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and it'll come right off. Now it's time to paint. So I used, this is filler primer, so it's gonna fill any like high grit imperfections, but I did hit it with 400. 400 grit is, I guess, what they recommend. Like, it's pretty much the scratches that filler primer can fill in, and you can see it's actually really smooth, so paint should go down pretty smooth. I'm going to blend it in as best as possible with the Duplicolor, and then I'm just going to clear coat this panel, maybe a little bit of the trunk, and then up to here. And we'll see how it looks when I'm done. This is the second coat. Already way better than a huge rust spot, I'll tell you that much. I mean, paint doesn't exactly match to the T, but it's close enough. But like I said, it's better than looking at a huge rust spot. Like, way better than looking at a huge rust spot. All right, one more coat and then we'll clear it. All right, the final coat is on. Way better than a huge rust spot, I'll tell you that. All right, let's get some clear on there. And this is after clear coat. So you can see the difference in the green colors, but wow, what a difference. I mean, that is 20 times better than a big rust spot there. I mean, wow. Can never put on too much clear coat. I probably did around 4 coats. Reason being is once this kind of dries, I'm just going to wet sand it with 2000 grit and buff it out so it looks just a little bit better so you don't see the streaks. But yeah. Okay, so for the first part of the clean, I cleaned the engine bay. So for the engine bay, it's pretty simple for the most part. Just topped out the fluid there. Just get some engine degreaser. Use some this gunk build off and some Zep fast degreaser. Spray on the spots that need to be cleaning. Try to stay away from like your coil packs or your spark plugs. Just get in there with a brush, clean it real nice. That way it looks good. Last part I do is just spray the plastics with tire shine and then wipe it off, or any kind of plastic spray. And that's what you get. So I'm inside the car now. Let's see. It's not too bad, but like all this and this just needs to be cleaned up, and you can see that's the steering wheel. That's the cover's going to cover that. Let's get to cleaning. So here's the inside. This is the wheel cover that I bought. Actually looks really good, really clean, feels good. Got those $25 all season mats. You can like cut them to fit. So cut them to fit. Cleaned up everything in there. That was a lot of work. That gunk was really bad. Just cleaned up the seats too. Everything looks really good for a 19-year-old car. So I'm gonna do some before and after shots of the outside. So here are some before and after pictures of after I finished everything. You can see it looks way better. Again, the whole point of this video is just to show you how you can clean up a car and maximize your profit when you resell it. I didn't spend very much. I'm actually gonna show you at the end here how much I spent. I'm posting this on Craigslist right now, and we're gonna see how much we can get for it. So here is the breakdown of everything. Okay, so overall, this is a breakdown. We got the car for $300. Not actual cash money. That's what the person owed me, so they gave me the car instead. Before I cleaned the car up, I probably would have got about $800 for the car. That's only a $500 profit. So cleaning up the car, I bought new floor mats, some sandpaper to sand down the rust spot, about $15 in paint, a new steering wheel cover, some cleaning supplies to wash the car. I had most of it, but I probably put about $20. New windshield wipers, and the biggest one is a new safety inspection. So that alone will sell your car. So that's $16. Now, if it doesn't pass safety inspection, or if you don't know, or you don't think it'll pass safety inspection, then maybe you should skip this part if your safety inspection is current. But in this case, the Mazda had it passed. So yeah, $16. That tells the customer or the buyer or whatever you want to call them that the car is safe to drive. So overall, I spent over just $100 on upgrades or how to clean the car up in an investment, an additional investment. So I spent $100. So after the cleanup, I spent, after the cleanup, I listed it on Craigslist for $1,900. So the difference between the list price and my investment of $400, that's a potential profit of $1,500. And I sold the car for $1,700. Boom. So that made my profit go from $500 to $1,300, all within about 4 or 5 hours of work. So people, cleaning up your beater car or a car you want to sell on Craigslist will maximize your profit. I mean, It's in the numbers. All I did was clean the car up. Literally, just cleaned it up. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Drop a comment. I'll answer any questions. Yeah, hopefully this will be a string of new videos to come. Thanks for watching.